Good afternoon, February the 22nd, 2018. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since trades have not been executed, the results may have under overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representations being made in any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, on our last update, we talked about resistance right there. This is number one resistance. This is number two. They went above that. They got the stops. And we did not get into the number two level. So right here, we have that retest failure with a failed auction. And under our way of looking at the market, when you break those two bars lows, it's a short. Remember, we also had a lot of selling behind us off the top. So we had a rally off the bottom right here, a P. We had a move out of the middle, and then we had to get through resistance. And we didn't. We stalled. And one of the things I used to do did a lot of work with Sam Siden's move, pause, move. And you look at these little congestion areas, and if you can't get more than 50% into that little congestion area right there, then the overall trend is probably still intact. So we thought that 21 to 24 was pretty good resistance. As long as that held, the market could come off into the close, and come off it has. Looking at our F1 screen, we have no news tomorrow to drive the markets. Lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. Looking at the F2 screen, now looking at this, wow, it's got the P shape, and it does. When we look at it, drawing a line at the point of control. But when we go into the congestion area, and this is where you really separate the men from the boys, you can see when it comes to the profile, you can see that it's leaning B. And then when we do a split like that, a move out of the middle, we do not want to have a resting limit buy at 27.1150. We've got plenty of time to get long. Doing the L split right there, there's no doubt in your mind that we're looking at a B. If I fold this in, so again, you really have to know where to split these distributions if you're going to prosper with the profile. Well, the first place you'd sell would be up against this little edge right there, so you'd have an 1150. You got the number just exactly right, 10. So, yep. That's where you should be. Okay, no news tomorrow. Let's assume that the market closes right here. Our first sell is going to be 9 to 14. And then 19 to 24. We're going to pick up that second resistance area. On the buy side, I think we can go a little bit lower, so this 96 to 01 will be buy 1. And we have that low down there at 87. 86 to 91 buy 2. Pretty much where we were this morning when we started out. Exactly where we were this morning. And today we came in guessing we were looking at a trading range. Our buys are 5 points higher than they were this morning. So we aren't exactly where we were this morning. But the profile never lies. You just don't know how long it's going to take for it to manifest itself. And the reason it doesn't lie is because it's tracking volume through time. And if volume is moving lower through time, you're going to get a B. If volume is moving higher through time, you're going to get a P. Okay, looking at the node, a lower high and the lows are equal. Put it all together, it's a B. Longer term, you're still looking to sell it. With the data we have today, an inside day like that says trading range tomorrow. And what's tomorrow? Option expiration. And usually that yields a trading range market. And this morning, looking at the option play, the close was 120.08. And we'll see if that is, I'm pretty sure that's probably where it'll be tomorrow, just looking at the price action today. So based on this, we're selling 15s to 19s. We'll play for a trading range tomorrow. If the E-mini's falling out of bed, we don't want to be working the short side too heavily. 23 to 29, sell 2. 23 to 27, excuse me. On the buy side, 5 to 9, buy 1. And 2001, 29, buy 2. Option expiration should drive the markets tomorrow. Looking at the 30-year. Decidedly a B. We caught the auction right. We saw early on that it was mediocre. We wanted to do the short side of the market, and that gave us a nice trade into the close. 8 to 12, number 1. So 15 to 19. Where we were this morning, 23, 27, sell 2. Option expiration this morning. Way down there. 143 is where they had option expiration. Based on yesterday's play, so we'll see if that holds up. 28 to the buck, number 1. 21.25, buy 1. And 13.17, buy 2. Looking at gold. Gold stopped about where we thought it would, 35. Lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. 12.10, 12.25. Looking at the F2 screen, it gives a little bit different picture. P, so I mean we're right back to this area right here. If we can't trade, take out 35. If we put all of this together, it's still a B. So 33, 35, sell 1. 38 to 40, sell 2. It's number 2 sell might be a little aggressive getting through these single prints over here. On the buy side, 28 to 30. And then 24, 26 for buy 2. God, I finished up the Red Sparrow last night, the 3rd book. That was the last of the trilogy, so what a great read over those 3 books. And if you like, this one focuses on Putin and Russia and how they're back to their mischievous, murderous old ways, depending on what type of mayhem they bring to your country or the rest of it. All done to keep everybody off balance and enhance Russia's power. Great read, though. It comes out as a movie on March the 2nd with Jennifer Lawrence starring in. I don't know much about Jennifer, but I hope they do the book credit, because it's very well written. Outside day on crude usually means trading range. Strong day to the upside. Made new highs up here, so as long as the market stays above 62.50, it can trade higher. So maybe in London tonight, stops below 50, 25.50 by 1. 61.75, 62 by 2. On the sell side, 75 to the buck, that's where resistance is. Sell 1, 63 and a quarter, 63.50, sell 2. I think we go through 63, we really don't want the short side of the market. And the euro. I know the European Union would like to see it lower. The forecasts are all over the map depending on whose stuff you read. United States research, United States headquarters, they tend to favor the long side in the euro. Some of the European houses favor the short side. So we're strong. We're hanging in there pretty well. 140 is the highest I've seen the euro projected. Then the 110, 120 area is where a lot of the support comes in. So we'll see what we get. I think the European Central Bank would like to see it lower so they can export more goodies. Lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. And at a nice run up. So 23.50 to 60, sell 1. 75 to 85, sell 2. On the buy side, 23.25, buy 1. And 123 even, buy 2. I think I saw her in one of those movies, Patriot Games, or I don't know what it was. I saw one of them. Happened to be on TV, cut up with commercials, and I don't remember much one way or other about that movie or her acting abilities. Hope she prospers. I hope everybody prospers. That's the way it's supposed to be. Hey, we had a good time today. Stayed on the right side of the markets for most of the day. If we were wrong, we got back with it quickly. Able to make calls that lasted over an hour or two as far as the market directions went. So that's a good day of trading. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the AM. I'm out of here.